my shoes and out the door. 5, I'm alive. 6, 7, 8, feeling great. 9, gonna shine, life is good. I'm doing fine. 10, gonna do it right and do it again, yeah. I look into the sky with all the beautiful color, but there's more than just for me, so gonna share it with another. I got to show, to give, let out. I want to sing and shout. Take a look and see a beautiful morning.
Been in here and people are roaring with laughter, so.
It's a dirty show, though.
Well, it's clean dirt.
You have here the best of the best.
Yes.
So we have many celebrity here. The Holly Madison come over here, and the Usher come over here many often, and the Paris Hilton come here.
Boy, I'm dating myself, but it's okay. Nobody else will. Oh.
That's so Vegas.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. If you think about that, I mean, go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. And there's one thing we're focused on here at St. Jude, and that's beating this thing.
Welcome to That's So Vegas TV. I'm your host, Christina Keller. I'm here in the Las Vegas Arts District in the fabulous Las Vegas downtown area. And sitting with me here in the studio, I'm so happy to present Gerome Sapp.
How are you?
And the darling chef, Jackie McMahon.
Hello.
You are the founder of Health Binge.
That's correct.
And to look at you, I can see why you're the founder of
It's
Health
an optical illusion, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I don't know. It looks like you've earned those stripes, I'm telling you. So, Gerome, you have a really, really cool background. You were with the NFL.
Yep, I was drafted by the Baltimore Ravens and actually played for the Indianapolis Colts as well.
Oh, wow. When was that? Like
This is back in, I was drafted in 2003, and I think I retired in like 2009, 2010, something like that. So, seems like forever ago.
Right, and you have an MBA as well from, was it Harvard?
From Harvard, yes.
Yeah,
so when all my teammates were frolicking around the world in the off season, I was in Cambridge getting my MBA. Yep.
That must have been quite an experience.
Yeah, it was cool. You know, I'm all about challenges. So, you know, it wasn't good enough to graduate from Notre Dame with a finance degree. I wanted to extend that and get an MBA in business. Well, actually, MBA is in business, but specifically in entrepreneurial studies, because I knew that's what I always wanted. I knew I didn't want to hit people forever for a living, you know. So I figured I'd sharpen my mind up a little more. Yeah.
You don't look like you got beat up too bad.
Yeah.
If you did, you wear it well.
Yeah, I do.
So I was fortunate enough to go to a grand opening at the Health Binge, which is off of Rainbow and Ventura. And I learned so much that night, just with you presenting the different items on your menu and everything. And of course, you're health conscious. But what I do like is that you actually include red meat and chicken. Some places are totally vegan, or however you would call it. And you mentioned something called G-bombs, which I had never heard about. So just for the viewers' sake, could you tell us a little bit about what got you into health food per se? Because don't football players do stuff like eat 12 eggs and 8 pounds of bacon before, you know?
That I think, well, okay, yeah, some people do. Yeah, I'm not gonna say never. You know, there's definitely extremes in society, but you know, for the most part, you know, healthy eating and nutrition became, you know, 90% of what we did. You know, I mean, we were always obviously active and, you know, working out, but, you know, a nutritionist at some point said, you know what you put in your body makes a difference. So in terms of the G-bombs diet, that was something that we actually engaged with even when I was at Notre Dame. And before we move any further, the G-bombs diet it was an acronym that stands for greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds, which in a nutshell is essentially the healthiest foods on earth. You know, just the components of those foods really are, you know, a tribute to anti-cancer, anti-diabetes, you know, all those things. So I felt, you know, if it was good enough for us and my teammates who made millions of dollars a game, my teammates, not me. It was good enough for, you know, people who wanted to make healthy eating a part of their lifestyle. So, you know, that it was second nature to me, you know, healthy food, you know, and I actually came up with a concept at Harvard Business School too. In my first entrepreneur class, I remember jotting it down on the back of my course syllabus during an hour break that we had. And my professor was like, hey, you guys have an hour break within that hour, you got to come up with a business concept that half your grade is going to be based off of in the course. So for me, it was a culmination of mixing the convenience of fast food with the nutritional components of meal preps. And this is back in 2006. So meal preps weren't very big. I mean, unless you were an athlete or had special dietary needs, people didn't meal prep type thing. So for me, it was like, wow, what if you just combine those two and created the concept of nutritional, well, not created, but elaborated on the concept of nutritional convenience. And that's the fundamental of Health Binge, just really giving you the convenience of fast food with the healthy attributes of meal preps. And that's what it came up with. And I figured, why not add the G-Bombs diet as the fundamental diet to all of our meals?
Now, with the G-Bombs, do you have to have all those ingredients together at once, or
You do
any
not.
portion there?
You don't. As long as you're getting the base of it, even if you're getting like 3 or 4 a day, that's good enough. Ideally, it'd be great to have all of them, yes. So we do try to have some meals that incorporate as many as we possibly can, but it is the base of our menu.
And before we go too further, because we have so much to talk about, we have 2 more segments, so that the viewer understands the concept.
Yeah.
It is convenient food. Now, we think of, Jack in the Box or
Sure.
McDonald's. But you make it convenient because it's already packaged, ready to go. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Well, yeah, I mean, basically, we meal prep. Technically, we're a fresh prepared meals company. So what we do is we pre-prepare, we pre-portion, we pre-package, pre-label all of our gourmet healthy meals. So we do it in our kitchen, then we deliver it daily to our stores, stores plural. And the cool thing about that is that they're all gourmet. We have over 60 items actually, breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Yeah.
Busy girl.
I'm very busy.
Yeah, very busy.
I'm very busy.
We have a small vegan, a small vegetarian menu. We have a kids menu because we're like, well, if mom and dad aren't having to cook, they're not going to want to cook for the kids. So why not offer healthy 100% gluten-free meals for the kids too.
Also, they could take them as lunches to school.
You can take them from lunch to
Absolutely,
school.
that as well, yeah.
And we have a lot of people with celiac disease and other gluten allergens.
That would be the wheat allergy. Celiac, is that
Yep.
the wheat? Okay.
That come in because there's no other gourmet option in town or around that has such a wide menu selection. So you mentioned lunch. A lot of them come in for lunch. It's like, hey, I forgot my lunch, or I got hungry again, and now I don't have to go home. I can just come here. So, yep.
That's interesting. And also, so the proportions are important as well, right?
Very.
Okay.
Very.
Let's hear a little bit from our
Okay.
gorgeous chef over here.
Oh, thanks. So what makes it important is that we really wanted to concentrate on calorie count to make everything really healthy for everybody. So it's really important that when we say a half a cup of rice, it's literally just a half a cup of rice, not any grains over. So we are very careful at measuring everything perfectly for everybody to keep the calorie count down. And so it's really important that you keep everything into a certain amount to keep it healthy and good for your body.
Right, and certain things I know, like lentils or something like that, make you feel fuller quicker.
Sure.
They do, yeah. There's certain grains that definitely fill you up. So we use a lot of brown rice, a lot of quinoa in our dishes. We haven't used lentils though, not
Oh,
yet.
okay.
Yeah.
But I love
But yeah,
lentils,
lentils is definitely one of them that will fill you up.
Garbanzos, I just love.
We have a lot of hummus.
Oh,
No,
hummus is so good. Yeah.
No, but to the point both of you are making, we wanted to create, nutrition dense meals that not only filled you up, but you were healthy. And then the cool thing too was it was convenient, but relatively inexpensive too.
Oh, okay.
Our
Good.
average,
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah.
I mean, I figured, to appeal to the masses, which we're doing, it couldn't just be convenient, or couldn't just only be healthy. It had to be all of them. It
Had to have
be
a price point
had
that
a price
was
point that
variable.
didn't make you have to say, well, I can eat this or I can eat
Yeah.
something else. So we wanted to create the full package, so it's not like, we're going off a trend or something that's trendy now. It won't
Yeah.
be. Healthy eating will always be in. Something that's relatively inexpensive is always in too.
Right, of course, and breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Breakfast, lunch, and
Yeah,
dinner.
so we offer all of it.
And gourmet. So the basis of the menu is really American cuisine. But we took our liberties on the fringes with things like, Caribbean curry and blackened shrimp and
Yes.
grits.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to have to talk about that when we
Yeah.
come back. And I have a couple
Yes.
questions for you, young
Yeah,
lady.
absolutely.
I have to give a real quick shout out to my
Okay.
sponsor. I almost said Spoonsters.
There
I'm
you go.
thinking about
We're
food.
in your head already. Yeah.
The Red Roof Inn on Paradise across from the Hard Rock. They're close to the airport and the Strip, and they are pet friendly. Don't go away. We're going to come back and talk about good food. See you in a minute. Well, hey there. Welcome to That's So Vegas. This is our new studio in the famous Las Vegas Arts District, downtown Las Vegas. We're here to rock your world. And I was going to ask you how it felt to be breaking good here at the Bellagio for the National Center.
What you did.
Your last CD was My Secret Life. I wanted to ask you what your secrets were. A high five to CR Realty Services, who opened the door for That's So Vegas here in the famous Las Vegas Arts District. Tune in and turn on with us in downtown Las Vegas. This is where the action is, and That's So Vegas. Welcome back to That's So Vegas. I'm your host, Christina Keller, and I am here with Health Binge founder Gerome Sapp and darling chef Jackie McMahon.
Executive chef.
Executive chef, and that's important.
Yep.
You are an executive too,
Yes.
and a chef. Yes. We were talking about some of the flavors in your food because people sometimes think of health food as boring. And again, I have to reiterate, I like that you do. Do you eat red meat? You serve red meat.
Yep.
Okay, great. I love that. And chicken.
Yep.
And you have influences, you were saying, that you've picked up from the Caribbean and Latin countries. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Does that help bring out flavor or?
Absolutely. We actually didn't want to really stick to one specific food type because we know there's people out there that love variety. We didn't want anyone to get bored with our menu.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that was really important to us, and we didn't want to sacrifice flavor on any of our dishes. So there's nothing worse than having a prepared meal that's so bland that you're craving something after you're done eating it. So we wanted to eliminate that problem and automatically already have all of that flavors that just punch you in the face, and when you're done eating your meal, you're satisfied.
Okay.
So that was something that we loved.
So like cayenne pepper?
We do cayenne in our blackening seasoning, but not everyone likes spice. You have to be really careful because you're targeting everybody in the market. So we do a lot of Italian, a lot of Tex-Mex, Mexican, Latin, with our Caribbean curry chicken.
Caribbean.
So we have a lot of different flavors that we play with.
Oh, and the proportions too. We were talking about.
Yeah, we wanted to appeal to a range of people. You know, obviously some people want a smaller portion size. People like me may want a larger one, so we offered a medium portion size.
Oh, good.
So essentially the difference would be...
Supersize it.
Well, exactly. Why not, right?
Speaking of fast food. You can supersize it.
You know, so I guess in a nutshell, we wanted to appeal to as many people as possible within a box frame type thing. So one, that helps us control our costs. And it also helps us control our demand too, our supply for the demand. So, in a nutshell, we are a meal prep company, but we did it in a scalable way, though.
Also, too, I noticed this, and also and I got to sample some of this when you had the grand opening, and it was wonderful. Don't you have a 7-day food plan for people, or some type of a weekly?
We do. It's called the Binge 7 Meal Plan.
Oh.
So essentially, once again, we made it super simple. A lot of people are like, I want to eat healthy, and I try to eat healthy, but I need some sort of framework or structure around it, to help me do it more and be consistent with it. So we're like, we can help you with that. So the way we simplified it, we either created it where you can have a 1,300 calorie a day diet,
by calorie,
1,600 calorie a day, or 1,900 calories a day. So you tell us how many calories a day you want to consume, and we've already picked out the meals for you for 7 days. So we even give you options to switch it around. So each day you have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and 2 snacks in between those meals as well.
Now they come in and pick them up, or they can buy them and take them home and put them in the refrigerator? How does that work?
That's a great question. So if you purchase our Binge 7 Meals plan, we'll deliver it to you. And the way we keep them fresh is we'll deliver them Sunday. We'll deliver half the meals to you Sunday, then half the meals on Wednesday.
You've really thought this through.
Yeah.
That would make...
So it's a little incentive for people to sign up for a Binge 7, where you don't have to come in. We'll bring it to you.
Exactly.
So they wouldn't even have to cook or anything at home.
Exactly.
No.
God, I like the sound of that.
Nutritional convenience.
That is best.
There is that. And when you're talking about the caloric type, so someone like you, who's obviously got a lot of muscle mass that burns more calories, you would go for the higher end caloric intake, right?
Well, not typically, yes, but not all the time. You have people like me who are in fitness competitions and are fighters, and they need to lose weight or cut weight. So someone like me who has the body mass that I have may be prepping for a fight, or it may just be someone who's like, I don't want to be this big anymore. So I want to be on a 1,300 calorie a day diet to lose weight type thing. So you'd be surprised. The cool thing about this really for me, and I know for Chef too, is really getting to interact with a lot of the customers. Each one of them come in with a different objective in mind, and really understanding them, and I guess more importantly, being able to help them. I think, it really means a lot to me. I know Chef as well, because each of them have a different, idea of kind of where they want to be physically and emotionally. And then food has a big part of it,
Well, you
a
have
big
to
part of
eat.
that.
I mean, I know
Exactly.
some people eat to live and some people live to eat.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
You're no bigger in a second. So
Yeah.
do you taste all the food? And
I do.
Do you both work together as far as that goes when
Yeah.
you're creating something? Or
So she is the creative mind behind the menu,
Okay.
And everything around the menu. It doesn't leave the kitchen until she signs off on it. So
Are you the only, I know you're executive chef, and that another thing that brings to mind, because what I do like too is your variety.
Yes.
Like you said, variety is the spice of life. So
Exactly.
how many chefs do you have under
Currently, right now, we have 6.
Holy.
But because we're expanding, we are going to be having a team of 13.
And you need that because the
We
food
need
is
it.
fresh.
Absolutely.
Right?
Everything's fresh, made every single day. So you got to cook it, and then you got to let it, cool, and then we got to package it, and then we got to send it out. So there's a whole process that happens with this.
Right.
So it's not just like going to a restaurant where you order your meal and it's sent out to a hot window. There's so many steps to this.
And that brings
Yeah.
back to mind about, because when you think of convenience, and that's part of what you're offering is convenience food. Have you ever thought of having a drive-through window at one of the locations? And if so, I
Yes.
mean, does that lend itself to the quality of your food? Can you prepare it like that to get it?
Well, essentially, it'd be the same model, except instead of having to come in the store and pick the meal off the counter and then microwave it, you just come around in the drive-through. You tell us what you want. We pop it in the microwave for you, and all of our containers are BPA certified, microwave safe, dishwasher safe. So you wait a minute and you get your food hot and you go, so.
Wow, that would be really something that
Yeah.
I would actually really appreciate.
Yeah.
Sometime taking the time to just go in and
Absolutely.
And you do have a little seating area. Some people come in and eat, and some people are just coming in to pick it up and take it back with them, right?
Well, yeah, the initial model, the overall model is a grab and go model. Grab it and go,
Right.
But we do realize that some people want to take this convenience home, and some people want to eat it there and just have a convenient way to quickly eat it. So we are adding seating in all of our stores. We'll actually have 14 stores
Wow.
March 1st
Really?
between
March 1st.
Arizona and Las Vegas.
Oh,
So we've actually
congratulations.
partnered with a big gym chain. So we'll be actually opening stores in that gym chain.
Oh, that's
Opening March 1st. Yeah.
that's a little teaser there.
Yeah, there you
huh?
go.
Teaser.
Take that. Yeah.
You're getting a lot of attention too. You have
Yep.
an article here in one of the local publications,
Yep.
and it seems like people are really, happy to have this kind of.
They're
like you said,
excited about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's an
convenient
exciting concept.
eating.
Well, I think the biggest thing is supplying a need for a greater, a solution to a greater need. People want to eat, they need to eat, but the need to eat healthy will never go away. And for me, it's all about my team. I couldn't do this without Chef Jackie.
Right.
Thank you.
And the team under her. I mean, it's amazing to work with smart people, thorough people, and people just as passionate about me as the concept. And I found that with Chef, and and it's just fun. I mean, like I mentioned, getting to interact with people, and the media attention is awesome.
Yeah.
Because but that's ancillary to kind of helping people. And that's directly correlated to how we help people.
Right,
We
and
like
I was
that.
thinking, and darn, we have to take a break,
Okay.
but we will be back. I can't believe how fast time's going.
I know.
We have to remember what we were talking about when we come back. A
Yeah.
real
Okay.
quick shout out to the Red Roof Inn, pet friendly on Paradise, close to the airport and the Strip. We'll be right back.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all, not one bill. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Welcome back to That's So Vegas. I'm your host, Christine McKellar. We're having a grand time here talking about health food, convenient health food,
Yep.
by the way. And just look at these two. You both glow. You're both beautiful.
Thank you.
We're here with Gerome Sapp. He's the founder of Health Binge, and Chef Jackie McMahon. And Jackie's going to tell us a little bit now that we've got all your questions were answered, I'm sure, in the first 2 segments. We're going to talk now about the menu.
Okay.
Now let's start with breakfast.
Okay, yes. So like we said, we offer breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and desserts, and kids. So for breakfast, one of the things that we really love making is our vanilla blackberry pancakes.
Ooh.
They're amazing. They're fluffy. They're still delicious. They're actually more delicious than the pancakes I grew up eating.
Really?
And they're gourmet. So we make a berry compote that goes with it. It's a beautiful complement to it. We do an amazing yogurt parfait. We make our own granola. So that's delicious. We do a lavender honey on that.
Ooh,
and then
lavender.
It's amazing. And then we do like breakfast enchiladas. And everything that we make, any sauce is all scratch. Like, we don't get anything pre-made in there.
So no salsas or come out of a jar or anything?
No, I make all of them scratch.
Marinaras?
Yes, my marinara is scratch. So everything you're going to get, you can taste the quality in the food because it's made with love. It's homemade.
Right.
So our blackened shrimp and grits is one of our breakfast items.
I had a sample
People
of
love that. Yes, it's so good.
I love spicy Cajun.
Oh, good. And then we offer a salad. We offer a bison salad. We offer a lemon salad.
The bison.
Yep.
Yes, actually, we use bison a lot as our red
So
meat.
lean,
It's
right?
very lean.
Yep.
It's the leanest red meat, and it's got less calories than chicken. And a lot of people don't realize that.
I didn't know that.
So it is your healthiest protein to eat.
And it doesn't have that gamey taste to it as
Yes.
well.
Oh, like deer.
It's clean. It's
Exactly.
delicious.
Okay.
And I'm not a big meat eater, but I will dabble in the bison here and there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have seafood, fowl.
Yep, we
meat.
have everything. Salmon. We do it 2 different ways. Yeah, we do a beautiful dill cucumber relish that goes on top of it. So everything's just savory and delicious and yummy. And
Yeah, I like the way that you're combining things. And tell us a little bit
Yeah.
about your background, because I know you've been to culinary school here in Vegas, right?
Actually, what's funny is I actually started cooking when I was 7 years old.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
And she was this big.
Yeah.
I was this big. I was really itty bitty.
Just standing on a
I
step
had
ladder.
my book standing on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've been cooking forever. And so as I got older, I was like, what do I want to do for a career? And I was like, well, that's an easy choice. I love to entertain. So I decided to enroll in the Art Institute of Las Vegas.
Right.
I got my associate's degree for culinary, and I have been just running with it ever since. I got so fortunate to meet Gerome literally right after graduating. It was like our paths crossed indefinitely for a reason. And now, we're taking this whole concept and we're.
Were you focused on the health food?
I've always been healthy, yes.
Oh, okay.
I've always been a healthy eater. I mean, I like to maintain, and living in Vegas, you have to kind of uphold a certain image and stay fit and lean.
Right.
So I've always eaten healthy. Don't get me wrong, I love my ice cream and my cheese. Okay,
cream's
who
my
doesn't,
downfall.
right?
Well,
but
tell
in
us-
moderation,
Right. So what do you have for dessert then for those of us who love ice cream?
We make a beautiful strawberry banana muffin. And I serve it with an amazing walnut cinnamon cream cheese. Oh my mouth just watered. Did anyone
Mine
water?
did too.
Yeah.
I remember when she made it, she whipped it up for me. She was like, hey, I have something for you to
I was like,
taste.
try this.
Come. I was like,
I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, try this. It's so good.
So it was just a creation that came to.
It's just, all of them are in my head. Like, that's the one good thing I'm good at is I think of a food and I create it in my head first. I make it and it always works. So,
Is he always your guinea pig?
always my guinea pig.
Oh goodness, Mike! And look how great shape he's in.
Yeah. And then we also do a lava cake, and we serve that with our berry compote.
Yep.
A chocolate lava cake?
A chocolate lava cake. It's delicious.
So what kind of chocolate do you use?
I use 60% Ghirardelli's.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah. So again, you're using that high cocoa content. Low
High
sugar.
cocoa, yep.
And we don't use any sugar.
We don't use
Ooh,
sugar.
I said the S word.
Yes.
All right.
Whoa.
We don't use oil. We don't use sugar. We don't use, we're clean. Like, the food you're eating is
clean
very
eating, that is
No
best.
oil and sugar?
Nope, don't need it.
How
We
do
use
you-
honey, agave.
Honey, agave to sweeten, yeah.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yep.
So what do you use in place of oil? I mean, I just kind of...
Cooking
hard for me.
spray.
Of course, coconut
Honest
or grapeseed. That's
Yeah.
what I use at my the
Gotcha.
grapeseed.
You don't
is
need
wonderful.
olive oil. You don't need heavy oil.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of calories in
Boy,
that.
you guys are paying attention to
We are.
every
Absolutely.
single detail.
Every single
Do
detail.
you use salt?
We use salt in
Okay.
moderation.
Just
You need salt to really highlight the flavors
Himalayan
in food.
salt, I love that stuff. That's all I
the
use
Himalayan
now.
salt's so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, like to bring out flavors, you don't need a lot. You just have to pair vegetables with the right vegetables. They bring out each other.
Oh.
You use herbs, you use spices.
Which is interesting because I didn't really eat vegetables, which may be a surprise to you.
It's quite a surprise, actually.
I mean, actually, that was my last spanking for not eating my vegetables. Actually, you know, and I was 14 when
Your
that
mama
happened.
cared.
Yes.
Mama didn't play around with the vegetables. But you know, obviously, I had to try all the vegetables before everything was served. But for the first time, I actually ate the vegetables because of how they were prepared and the seasonings we use on them.
Yep.
So I can attest to, if you're not a vegetable person or you love vegetables, you're really going to love these.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought of pairing the vegetables. I mean, I do like that. I love spinach and things of that nature. So where do you get your spices from? Do you grow them or do you get organic already?
We get them from, they're all locally, you can track them, locally sourced. They're trackable, they're traceable, which is really important to us. But yeah, so the fresh herbs are key to everything. And it's something as simple as pairing like butternut squash with broccoli. They complement each other, and people don't think that.
I never would have thought that, and I love them both. You use spaghetti squash a lot.
We do. We use spaghetti squash.
Yeah, I've been using
I remember the day I realized that spaghetti squash actually came like spaghetti.
I know.
I was forking it, and he looked and he goes, "Wait, that's how you do it?" I'm like, "Well, how did you think it?"
I thought you put it in the machine.
He thought it was sterilizing it. I was like, "No, it comes like this."
Absolutely, you're right.
That was
People
funny.
are surprised, and it does look like spaghetti. I've used it for years. I love it. A lot of garlic, I imagine you use. Right?
We use
To bring out
garlic. Yep,
flavor.
we use some fresh garlic.
But of course, you wouldn't want to go overboard with that either, because that can overpower some things. I really am impressed. We have about a minute left. I have another question I wanted to ask you, but I'm honestly impressed at how thoroughly, obviously, you both have done your homework on this. This isn't just like a quick binge.
Sure.
This is a health binge for life. This is,
we wanted to make sure that, one, because we're serving the masses and it's food, so one, transparency is important with the nutritional content and everything about the food, everything about the company. But before we moved along to each stage, we wanted to check off that, okay, our menu was great. We made these corrections. People were happy. Not only did they buy it, but they came back to buy it. Okay, now let's go to the next stage. So we're at a good place right now. Now we're really at the point of expansion, and that's kind of where we both want to get.
I think it's wonderful. And again, you're off of Rainbow at Badura.
Actually, it's Jones at Badura.
Excuse me, I get them confused. My stylus is on Rainbow.
No problem.
That's why I kept coming in my mind.
6040 West Badura Avenue.
Okay, great. And again, it is convenient health food. That doesn't mean that it's cheap or anything, but you have it packaged, it's good to go, or you could stay and enjoy, and you can even get a 7-day meal plan, which I think is really fascinating. We'll have to talk about that, and I'm running out of time again, and I have to say thank you to the Red Wolf Inn. They're pet friendly, woof, woof, and they keep me on the air. They're on Paradise across from the Hard Rock Hotel, and we'll be back next week with some more fascinating guests. In the meantime, thank you both so much.
Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Till next week.
1, 2, 3, 4, get my shoes and out the door. 5, I'm alive. 6, 7, 8, feeling great. 9, gonna shine, life is good. I'm doing fine. 10, gonna do it right and do it again.